What's up, guys? Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. As you can see behind me, the C8 is up on the lift, which can only mean one thing. We are doing the final piece to this car before leaving for Miami, and you guys get to be a part of it, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so this is what's getting installed today. This is going to be the front lip, the side skirts, the 5VM style carbon flash painted version. I don't remember exactly what the code was for that, but it looks exactly the same, only it is carbon flash instead of carbon fiber. And of course, that's going to go better with the car's accents and that whole red and black thing going that, I don't know, I seem to like. So anyway, as you guys can see, car is up on the lift. We're here again at Blackout Tinting. Like I said, this is the last thing we have to do before leaving for Miami tomorrow. So yeah, we're cutting it a little bit close, but this is gonna get done today, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a how-to so you can see how to do this yourself, as well as purchase this particular kit, which comes from a place called Atomic 6 Carbon. I will, of course, put the information in the description down below, but I'm working very closely with them to make sure that these kits are getting sold, basically. So let's go ahead and get into the installation of these things. We're gonna unwrap everything and give you a good look at what's to come before we start bolting things on. So let's get to it. So here's the front splitter. Obviously, we have to take this off to put on the new front splitter, which is right here. Like I said, this is the carbon flash version of the 5VM. I know it has a code and I cannot remember what it is. This is literally the exact copy. So what GM offers, this is it. It's painted exactly perfect carbon flash, so it will match, and it's all one solid piece. Now, you guys remember the video I did of installing the one from RPI Designs, which was a copy of the Z51 lip. Yeah, it got pretty beat up because I did not get it expelled. I know. You guys are saying, what? You didn't expel that thing? No, I didn't. Because I didn't, yeah, it's missing a lot of carbon flash. And I mean, this thing has only been on here for maybe a month and a half. Not too many miles, but this is why we expel things. So when you guys are asking why I'm always at Blackout Tinting getting something expelled, yeah, right there.
For the company.
That's why. No, it's not. But anyway, we got to remove this. There's a bunch of T15 screws underneath here we're going to have to take off. And because I don't think you guys want to see that, I'm not going to make you watch it. So I'm going to take that off, and we're going to start putting on the other one right now. So with some help, I was able to get that on there. You're kind of going to need probably 2 sets of hands. I'm going to go through and put the rest of the screws in, but as you can see, it's definitely more aggressive than the normal Z51 splitter. So anyway, there is a whole bunch of T15 screws that has to go in under here. Again, I'm not going to bore you with the details. I will show you the final product once we're done with all of that. Let's get to it. Okay, it is fully installed, so the front lip is done. The front lip is also the easiest part of this entire installation because it's just a bunch of T15 screws. You remove them, take whatever you have off, put this new one on, and put those screws back in its place. For the most part, there's a little bit of adjustability in the holes, but for the most part, it's a bolt on, and that's that. But it definitely gives it a better look, way more supercar-ish. So we're going to move on to the side skirts here in a second. Those are going to be a little more difficult, but those are what really solidifies this whole thing as, I don't know, a supercar. I'm not going to say those words. You guys can determine if you think that that's the case or not. But if it is, this helps make the case for it. Okay, so like I said, front lip is done. This thing is looking really freaking good. I am really happy with it so far, but we are going to move on to the side skirts. So side skirts are pretty easy to install as well, but they are a little more involved than the front lip was. I am not going to drill into the car. You probably should, but I'm not going to because there is double-sided tape in that area that I'm going to use instead. I do not want to leave a hole in the side of the car. This will be totally up to you as to whether or not you want to do something like that, but for me, if I don't have to drill holes in my car, I'm not going to. So yeah, we're gonna throw this side skirt up here just to kind of mock it up, see how it's gonna fit. And then we're gonna go ahead and start bolting these things in. You are obviously going to need a pop rivet tool. These side skirts come with aluminum pop rivets. So I had to actually go buy one because there wasn't one here. But after that, it also comes with some adhesion promoter. So for the double-sided tape that's right here on the side skirt, you're going to want to put some of this on the car itself. But the problem is you don't really want to be smearing it all over the place because this stuff is kind of unsightly. So what I did was I set the side skirt up here and put some painter's tape so I know where I can put this stuff and where it shouldn't go. So just kind of a pro tip, if you want to call it that. Smear some of the adhesion promoter right through here so the tape sticks really nicely to this area, since I'm not going to be drilling. If you're drilling, this probably isn't as big of a deal, but for me, I need that tape to hold perfectly. So after we get that on, we're going to come up under here and start drilling for the pop rivets. I've already kind of test fitted the side skirts on here. They seem to fit pretty nicely. Now these are a 3/16 pop rivet, so that's the bit you're going to need. 3/16. Drill into your brand new C8 Corvette and get these things mounted up there. So we got the skirt mostly on, got the holes drilled. We're going to start putting in the pop rivets here now. So I'm going to kind of give you an up close and personal view here.
All we wanted is just so they had some kind of sound.
How is this thing not breaking yet? Oh my God. Just whenever you think you're going to break everything, that's whenever it works, I guess. The best bit of information I could give you here is have someone push in on this so it's as tight to the car as possible while you're putting in these pop rivets. Luckily, I have Isaiah here to do that for me. So yeah, that's what you need to do with these. That is the passenger side done. So let me just be honest with you guys. This is a little bit harder than you would actually think. These pop rivets, unless you have a pretty good pop rivet gun, this was the best I could do at 8 o'clock at night from Advanced Auto. So if you have a good one, it will be a little easier, but these pop rivets being aluminum don't come off, the tail doesn't break off real easily. So yeah, but the passenger side is done. Next, we're moving on to the driver's side, and then the car is complete. All right, and here is the driver's side. We do have Isaiah here again to help me with the side skirt. This one doesn't stay in place like the other one did. All right, so we are going to start down here. You got to push a little harder on this one. Got it pushed in pretty tight. Maybe there's, as soon as I put pressure on it, it doesn't want to work.
For those of you at home, stay away from DeWalt products.
Yeah, this is not the normal though. DeWalt's usually pretty decent stuff. You pushing pretty good?
Yeah.
This drill is like apparently on its last leg. Luckily the fiberglass we're drilling through is not very thick, so we don't need a whole lot of juice, but the right tools for the job, guys. Okay, that's one pop rivet in. All right, let's keep drilling these things. So the holes are drilled. Lastly, we get to put the pop rivets in all of them. And that's the driver's side done, guys. So we got the driver's side, the front, and the passenger side done. And yeah, it did take a little longer than I was hoping for because, yeah, I mean, this is the first set of side skirts I've put on a C8 Corvette. So if you guys are gonna do this yourself, like I said, definitely make sure you have some sort of decent pop rivet tool, because the one that I got last second wasn't the best one on the planet, and it took a long time to break the tails off of them. Either way, it was a job well done. Isaiah here at Blackout Tinting helped me out a good bit. You can kind of see him right there. Very good helping hand, because honestly, if you're gonna do this yourself, you probably need someone to help you. The side skirts especially are so long, it's really, really difficult to hold them up there while doing some other things. So don't do it yourself, have a friend. But anyway, They look really great. I can't lower the car down just yet, get you a better image here, but I will be back up here tomorrow because yeah, we're leaving from Blackout Tinting to head to Miami, Florida. So when I come back up here, I'll get you some more footage. But if you guys guessed that the reason it's still here for this is because Josh is going to put some Expel on there for me before we go to Miami, yep, you're right. So you guys saw what happened to the last lip when I didn't have Expel on it. That's not going to happen to this one. So not that I need to tell you anything that you don't already know, but definitely expel those pieces. If you get that done in carbon flash or carbon fiber, it is going to get beat up. So definitely make sure you protect it with some Expel. I'm going to get you a bunch of shots of this thing because with the side skirts and the front lip, this thing literally looks like a freaking supercar. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go home and get some sleep and get ready for tomorrow. It's gonna be somewhere around 12 or 14 hours for me, but it's gonna feel like 2 seconds for you. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So yeah, guys, this is the final image here. Side skirts are done, front lip is done. Josh at Blackout Tinting did the Expel on it to make sure that the carbon flash would stay protected while we're going on this trip. So that's gonna do it. That's it for today's video. So if you guys liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the install of the front lip or side skirts or the Expel, go ahead and shoot them in the comment section down below or send me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'll make sure you get all your questions answered. As you can see, we are about to head out to Florida. You will see these videos coming very soon, but in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet for a bunch of C8 Corvette and C7 Corvette content you're not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.